KSW 45 return to Wembley.
You're right, Chris. He's as cool as a cucumber. Those are the numbers. 32 plays 25. You can see not much between these two. That's a nice number though, 20-6 on Andrzejczyk's record. But you're going to feel the earth move as these two big boys come out for our co-main event here at KSW 43. This is a title fight, so it is.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
Talked about it. Andrzejczyk said, I want to go out there and get another first round vintage stoppage, be the champ in emphatic fashion.
In come the blows, in come the shots. Andrzejczyk pressurizes De Vries. De Vries goes straight down to the ground. Andrzejczyk starting to put the pressure on with that guillotine, but De Vries fights hard for a single leg, tries to drive his man forward, and Andrzejczyk now starting to become under pressure as De Vries really starts to end up on top here. Got side control, but Andrzejczyk has the head, but De Vries now really might start to make headway here.
This is his game. He's an awesome pressure fighter. Great wrestling, really strong in the head snap position, but he wasn't able to control Andrzejczyk there. A moral victory for Phil De Vries, but wasn't only temporary.
Andrzejczyk really not looking to hang around here. I haven't come for overtime, and those were power shots going in, really thumping into Phil De Vries. Andrzejczyk just looking slightly flustered in terms of the amount of effort and pressure he put on De Vries to still find him standing there. So now the work begins.
Good knee shield there. He's using that Z-guard to try to prevent the pass from De Vries. Now he's going to go to the Kimura. Andrzejczyk has a great ground game, but usually would like to be on top. De Vries now in that position. He's got to keep him here.
Well, explosive start. These are two very, very big men. They're really throwing it out there. And, well, now Andrzejczyk has an arm. Can he do anything meaningful with it against a fighter like De Vries? De Vries slips it. And now De Vries on top starts to grind Andrzejczyk. A little bit of cross-face, some elbows going in.
Good stuff there. De Vries was in jeopardy. He had a straight armbar on. Andrzejczyk went Kimura to straight armbar. De Vries actually turned his thumb to relieve the pressure. And Andrzejczyk now forced to get back to that position where he was in half guard with that knee shield. He's so long, it's going to be tough to ground and pound him here from this position, but De Vries is great at getting those sneaky shots in and making it feel his weight.
Absolutely, and the weight is a very, very big factor here. De Vries just looks heavier than Andrzejczyk, and from that position he's able to land shots, and Andrzejczyk very uncomfortable there working off his back, not used to this, under a lot of pressure here. We said that De Vries was an experienced opponent, and he's bringing that here. He's come to do business, there's no doubt about it, and Andrzejczyk now having to step up his game. This is a position that he doesn't want to be in for a long time.
De Vries has faced many high-level opponents, been there, done that, survived the early storm, and got to where he wanted to be. It's a good position. He's got to fight slow. He's got to slow Andrzejczyk down to his pace, his terms, and of course his realm.
And he's doing that. He's grinding Andrzejczyk down, not allowing him that explosive element that Andrzejczyk's very good at. But heavy hands here now as De Vries starts to land punches. And the referee stepped in. It's all over. It's a TKO win for Phil De Vries. It came from nowhere. It was like the boiling frog syndrome. All of a sudden, nothing was happening. The tempo rose. It got to boiling point. And Andrzejczyk stretched out here at KSW 43. We have a new heavyweight champion.
One of the things that Phil De Vries does so well is he is opportunistic, Will. He waits for his time. He waits for his chance. He went in there, weathered the early storm. I mean, that was hell for leather there from Andrzejczyk. Phil De Vries gets it done his way.
Well, he sent a statement out to all the heavyweights in attendance here tonight. There's a couple of the KSW greats looking on thinking, I don't fancy some of that. What a performance there. clinical, professional. It really, really was a great performance from Phil de Vries. And like I say, it was a boiling frog syndrome. All of a sudden, nothing was happening. But then the temperature rose, and Andrzejczak was just, that was it, all over.
De Vries is a grappler with nearly 20 years of experience. Got into MMA about 9 years ago now to the day. He went out there and used the right tools for the job. Andrzejczak was in it. You know, it's not like it was an uncompetitive position. He went for some submissions. He weathered some exchanges. But the moment that de Vries was able to get that dominant position, accumulate the punches, it was the straw that broke the camel's back.
It really was an accumulation. And that's a surprise outcome, I have to say, here at KSW 43. But we're waiting for the announcement now, the official version. But we have a new heavyweight KSW champion.
The winner and new KSW heavyweight champion of the world, F11, Philippe de Vries.
Well, the look of relief on the face of Phil de Vries. I mean, he's almost surprised that he managed to do it so easily. Andrzejczak, what a dangerous, dangerous animal, but completely neutralized there. And Phil de Vries, from that side mount position, landed shots in there, and it was just incredible.